All right, so The Strangers is getting a trilogy of films in 2024, all being released supposedly in theaters, all in the same year. I don't really know how that's going to work. They did it with Fear Street week to week, but that was on Netflix. Actually dropping 3 different films in the same year in theaters sounds kind of insane to me. I don't know when they would do that, if they would do it like one in March and one in like June and then one in like September. Like, would they give them a couple months to breathe each? I honestly don't know. Rennie Harlin, director of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and he's done some garbage movies, to be honest. So I'm not super excited, but he did do some things I like Die Hard 2 and whatnot. But he's directing all 3 of these, and we'll see. I'm curious. I don't know how you make a whole trilogy out of The Strangers, but this is a clip. It's not a trailer, but this is the first thing we're getting from the film. So let's see how much this differs. Now, for context, Kaylee has not seen either Strangers movies. So you will be getting a fresh perspective from someone who knows literally nothing about the original 2, and somebody who has seen both. So you'll have that for context. So anyway, let's do this. Strangers Chapter 1. Make sure that, yeah. And let's go. Okay.
Ryan?
Is that the girl from Riverdale?
Oh, I wouldn't know her from Riverdale, but
I knew you were gonna ride a motorcycle.
I like her outfit. Yeah, I think that's the Riverdale girl. I watched 1 season of that show.
Ryan?
She's cute.
Yeah, she is.
Is Tamara home?
Is that a quote from the original?
Yeah, you don't know anything about those movies. You'll like him.
Ryan?
For sure.
Being out in like the woods in a cabin somewhere.
They're not in the woods in the original, but I'll be curious. I don't know. Maybe they are in this one.
It looks like they are.
It's kind of out.
And Tamara here?
Okay, so they're doing Tamara here again.
We already told you there is no Tamara here.
Yeah.
So they've already come to the door.
It's weird because The Strangers original movie is not that old.
What was that?
A hand.
Oh, that's creepy. She covered it.
That was not a girl.
No, that looks like
the girl's voice for sure, but that was a man.
It's just like makes me think of like when people, like women will like pretend to be hurt to like lure in victims.
So horrible.
Because you're more likely, especially as a woman, to like open a door or try and help another woman.
Sure.
Like you wouldn't think that they would be, intending to hurt you.
There's actually like a part of your brain that is like susceptible and
she just keeps asking.
Tamara, yeah. It's the same thing in The Strangers. I hate that to be a spoiler for you. My brother and I say that to each other all the time.
Is Tamara here?
Yeah.
Somebody's in the house.
Yeah. I mean, so far this is pretty identical. That's it. Oh, wow. So, okay.
Quick. That was really quick.
So as someone who has not seen The Strangers, what did that clip do for you?
I mean, it looks suspenseful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tension, and it's already pretty scary that, there's somebody outside the door trying to get her to open it while there's already somebody in the house. I do know that there's like 3 people or like 3 characters or something in The Strangers. Like I've seen screenshots, of course, just being online. So, that's a scary concept that it's more than one person trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
Especially in an isolated place. And she's obviously really vulnerable. With her outfit, she's not expecting strangers. She's expecting, somebody that she knows, like a boyfriend or whatever, to be coming over. So she's very vulnerable.
Yeah. I think for fun, really quick. We should throw an audible here. Now, when the original trailer for The Strangers dropped, at that time, I genuinely thought it was the best horror trailer I'd ever watched.
Oh, wow.
I was like, whoa, what is this thing? This thing's going to be the second coming. Like, I thought it was going to be like the next Halloween or something.
Yeah.
I was so blown away by the trailer. It just was so effective and so eerie and whatnot. So I'm going to take Kaylee back in time, and we're going to watch the original Strangers trailer, and you'll kind of see a similarity here. But I think you need to understand the context of the marketing behind this and why it became kind of the phenomena it was at the time, because we were all just like, what? That trailer was so cool. I'm curious on how that trailer will hold up, but let's do it and let's compare. Just
Okay.
to see your reaction to a classic trailer
La Roche
will be super interesting. I hope this is the original trailer.
I just want to tell you something.
What do you want to tell me?
You're my girl.
I love you, Jimmy.
My favorite part is when she's trying to protect him and she's like, if you want him, come and claim him.
Liv Tyler is just like one of the most beautiful women.
She's just very angelic.
Yes, she totally looks like an angel.
I haven't heard a dog bark or a car pass. Nothing.
Is this the trailer? Oh yeah, I think this is it.
Ooh. What the? That was creepy. That was really creepy.
It's the record. If that's not in the trailer, then this isn't it.
Hello?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's my phone.
Oh my god.
Hello, hello.
But open the door. I just want you to run, okay?
Why are you doing this to us?
Because you were home.
Oh man.
I don't know if that's the actual trailer or not.
Ooh.
It doesn't feel right, honestly, but that's the film. It
Yeah.
is kind of a shame. You haven't seen it, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but I will say that trailer definitely gives some things away. There's no doubt about that. There is an iconic line in there that's like, I can't believe that's in the trailer, because that's like so hard hitting when it's in the film. So
Yeah.
But what do you think of that trailer?
I mean, that one, I really like the masks.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a bunch of shots of the 3 different people in their masks that are really eerie.
Yeah.
It's really creepy. And when it gets to the record part, when it's skipping and it's like these jump cuts and everything, it really shows how intense things are going to get.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's, I mean, obviously we just watched a clip from chapter 1 and not a trailer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's creepy. I do really love the masks. I think that's kind of the highlight for me with that.
I find this marketing campaign thus far very odd. Like, The Strangers Chapter 1, 2024 official clip. So you're releasing a clip first. So now typically what happens is we get a teaser.
Yeah.
Then we get a trailer. Then we get a clip. Or then we get a final trailer and then a clip or something. Like, clips come later.
Mm-hmm.
We don't typically get clips first, right? Like, that happens here and there, but it's a weird thing because this trailer doesn't even say anything. Like, it just is the clip.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like The Strangers Chapter 1 entire trilogy coming 2024, anything at it.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, so if this came on, let's say, because some of these trailers and clips or whatever. Like, let's say we're, watching horror videos on YouTube like we do, and they go to do an ad, and the ad starts playing this clip, because it will do that, let's say, because it's for the marketing. So it'll play this clip on there. It has nothing. It has no words on the screen.
Right.
It has nothing. So
Yeah.
I would just go, what was that?
Yeah, it's odd.
I would say
it's really odd.
that looks like a knockoff of The Strangers. If I had seen the movie. If I hadn't seen the movie, then I literally wouldn't know what the hell I was watching.
Right. I was gonna say it's almost like it's only being marketed to people who are aware that The Strangers exists
and clicking on the clip. Yeah.
And that there is a planned new trilogy to be coming out. So it's odd. It's really odd. I want to see a trailer.
Yeah.
Even a teaser. Like, I'd rather see an overview of the vibe of the film, because I mean, yeah, there's not a lot to go on. Like, it feels very tense. Like I said, it's a tense scene, but besides that, I just don't have a lot.
I mean, I'm totally fine not seeing any trailer, right? Like, I'll go, right? I'm gonna go to all three, I'm sure, right? Unless chapter 1 somehow is just horrendously abysmal.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? I just don't have any interest in part 2. That's probably not going to happen, honestly. But regardless, this is a weird choice for the beginning of their marketing of a very, very risky endeavor.
Yeah.
We're doing a 3-picture deal, all released in the same year, based on a recent horror franchise that isn't even that popular. Like, it's popular, but it isn't Halloween.
Yeah.
It isn't Nightmare on Elm Street. The Strangers is like a cult horror film. It's for like real hardcore horror fans, or people who are like, oh yeah, I saw this movie once, I don't even remember what it was called, I liked it, right? It doesn't have that brand, it doesn't have that like synonymous name, right? So for me, and it's so recent, I mean, we just watched that trailer, and that trailer looks like it could be made today. I mean, it's not, it's 15 years old. That's nothing. That's so recent. So And the second one is even less than that. I want to say the second one came out 10 years ago, or even less, because Bailey Madison is still pretty young, and she's like 16 in that, and she's probably only like 20 something, early 20s still. So that movie can't be more than 7-8 years old. So it's weird to me that they're basically making a trilogy out of what seemingly is a remake of the first movie. And the first movie, you haven't seen it, but the first movie is very slow, and there's not a lot that happens, right? It's really just kind of what you saw in the trailer. There's people down on the outside of the house, they're trying to break in. I'm sure you can tell because we see it in the trailer. They eventually do.
Yeah.
It's tense, but there's not really any story. It's just they don't want them to come in the house. They do come in the house. Yeah. That's your plot. That's your story. There's nothing to it other than in the opening, there's some tension between the two characters because of something that happened between them. I'll leave that for when Kaylee sees it. But outside of that, there's literally no story. So to me, to make an entire trilogy out of that story, that's not a movie I watched going, when it ended, me sitting and saying, that would have been great had they fleshed it out more. Actually, The Strangers is a film that I feel like could have been tightened up more, not stretched out more. It's a film that I watch and I go, it's a little too slow. I feel like if they tighten things up and move things along faster, it'd be a more effective film. So plot-wise, I do not have any idea why they have decided a trilogy is necessary for what we know, because the clip we got, from what I've seen so far, and this is the marketing they've went with, so this is all I have to go off of, is they're basically telling you, we're remaking the first movie. That's everything from this is just a remake of the first film with a different chick. And so all I can say to that is, you better have a whole different story going on in order to make a trilogy out of it, because I don't know what the hell you're going to do the story is going to have to evolve drastically because the first film does not leave off in a place where you're like, I need 2 more films.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll have to definitely watch the first one to see everything that you're talking about.
We'll watch both before
yeah,
these.
yeah, we will. So that's that.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, it looks like it looks good production value. Like,
Sure. Yeah, it does have a good production value.
The acting looks good from her. Like,
yeah,
there's not really much to go on.
No, there's not. It's like a teaser clip.
It's a real stupid way to start this. Honestly, it's just telling you we're gonna make a carbon copy of a movie you already liked, but it's so new you might as well just go watch that. It's not like a sheen of something brand new where like the movie's old classic kind of thing and a lot of like modern audiences, because that can happen. There's a lot of kids today that are like, my kids are one of them, where I put on something from the 90s, even it's not even that old, but to them it's ancient.
It feels super old. Yeah,
and they watch it and they're like, I can't get into this. It looks too dated. It looks too old. I don't like the feel of it. And if they remade it and they did it basically the same, but it looked crisp and modern, they would be like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
But we just watched the original trailer. That doesn't look dated. It doesn't look old. It looks like it was made, a few years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't look really dated at all.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like there's no need for this thus far. So they need to go into a marketing plan that tells us that this has a purpose.
Yeah.
And until I see that, I'm just gonna keep, knocking, knock, and say, like, like justify your existence. Are the producers home?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going to their door. You kept asking. They're not here. Well, I need to talk to them. All right, guys.